Well, hello there. So, we're gonna do some more content farming. We love to see it. First things first though, I would like to say that my save files for Dragon Ball, is kind of glitched. Let's go to the BT3 character view. So, basically, no, but I gotta do the game show one. That one is more stimulating. Basically, the save I was using for those survival videos, it's glitched. Okay, I unlocked I did 100% of the story mode, but I didn't unlock Bardock and some other characters. It's actually glitched. I looked everywhere and nobody has the same issue. At least nobody that said the same thing online. So I have another save, which is of a casual play. I already did the achievements for the story mode in the other save, so that's enough. I can finish up the game in my main saves. That's why we're gonna play on that one. Spin the wheel. Let's see who we get for survival. Now we're gonna do the classic Dragon Ball survival. Team Gohan! Oh, sweet! Let's go. Oh, Lord. Well. Yeah, so to show you guys it's a different save. We go to Ultimate Battles here. We go to survival mode. And look, like different completions, you know, like All-Star should be Z. Then also there's Dragon Classic and all complete. Like in the other save, Dragon Classic wasn't complete and all. So yeah, it is a different memory card because the other one was glitched. Also, Mission 100. I'm supposed to like redo so many Mission 100s that I didn't like do in this save, but I did on the other. Right, and all of them with the Z rank on the other. This one I don't have all the Z ranks, but I don't gotta do them anymore because the achievements is like, oh, it's separated in splits, you know, like, oh, do this page all Z ranks, do this page all Z ranks. But in the other save I already did that, so it doesn't matter anymore. I don't gotta redo them. What I will have to redo though is All-Star Survival because you gotta beat all of them to get a Potara. And for the achievement, I'm gonna have to do this one because I never finished it. I hope it counts anyway, even though I already done it in this save. If it doesn't count, well, you get a live reaction. Not so live reaction, but anyways. Oh yeah, we have different outfits, huh? Dang, that's cool. I wanna do the one where he has like the gi. I don't know which one is it though. It's bad that we don't get to see it. I think it's color free. I hope. Where he has Goku's gi in Bojack's movie. I had to fight for my dad's sake too. Oh well, it's still a cool outfit. Just not the one we envisioned. That's alright though. Dragon Classic though, it's like the coolest survival mode is All-Star, right? Because you fight anybody. But Classic and Bardock War, it's kind of repetitive because there's only so many characters that can appear. In Yamcha, you don't even look like classic Dragon Ball Yamcha. You have the, like, you actually have the fit. Why aren't you using it? Yeah, I just did a Wolf Fang weave on your Wolf Fang fist. And we're gonna do the same thing as Vegeta, you know, like we win so many battles and then we unlock a new transformation, like, I don't know. I want to say like 15 wins each transformation. Because, of course, it's not a permanent transformation, so... Like, we don't gotta stick with one, even though I will stick with, like, Super Saiyan 2 most of the time after I unlock it. Grandpa Gohan. I'm beating the guy who holds the name. The man behind the slaughter. You know, I don't know if it's controversial. I think it's a pretty standard opinion, right? But I don't think FNAF lore is good. Like the lore for Five Nights at Freddy's, like it's convoluted for no reason. I think it's just convoluted for the sake of being convoluted. I think that's a pretty tame take, right? I think most people agree. Like it was magic when like it was simpler, you know, we were still finding out stuff, and then it was actually a believable, well, not 100% believable, but like uncanny story that could actually happen, you know. But now then it just goes into so much detail, and it's convoluted, and it just lost the magic, you know. Lost a lot of the magic. Now I don't even like FNAF anymore. Oh, my alarm clock! What is it? Hello? Who's this? Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think I have way too many hot takes. This one wasn't a hot take, but you know, I gotta do something with the videos, you know. You're not watching because of the survival, hopefully. Because if you are, there are better gameplays. But, I don't know, let me give my take on something. So last time we talked about the Napoleon movie. Is there any other movie I don't like? I don't know. Let me think about it. Well, for movies that I like, I just recently watched Escape from New York, you know, the Snake Plissken movie, because I'm a Metal Gear fan. And, one of Solid Snake's alter egos in Metal Gear Solid 2 is Iroquois Plissken, which is directly, I mean, the character of Snake is directly inspired by Snake Plissken from the movie, right? But on Metal Gear Solid 2, he actually just calls himself Plissken, which is the name of the protagonist. So, like, I think it's pretty cool. Though, of course, he's not a one-to-one copy. I would say the inspiration is mostly the design. And the fact that he's kind of you know, a cool guy, cool dude. But Snake Plissken is like much more stoic than Solid Snake. Much more serious, tough guy. Solid Snake is more like charismatic and witty and funny at times. But I quite like the movie, you know. It's the magic of those like dystopian New York movies. Like I'm not gonna spoil the movie, obviously, because when I recommend movies, I'm not really recommending it. I'm just talking about it. But when I talk about stuff, I don't like spoiling it unless it's like the game I'm playing, right? But Escape from New York, it's a thriller movie about New York, you know, it's set in New York, as the name would imply. And like in the movies universe, it's like New York crime rates just are through the roof. So they actually just make Manhattan kind of like Arkham City, you know, like a city just for holding criminals. But they kidnap the president, and they put him inside this criminalized Manhattan. So like, oh, now you're gonna experience what you put us through. And then Snake Plissken is like this tough, cool guy, Black Ops guy that got arrested for some stuff, right? This is just the movie's basic lore, you know. It's stuff that you find out in like the first 10 minutes, okay? It's not really spoilers, it's just what the movie's about. And then basically they're like, well, we can make you free if you go there and, you know, take the president out. And this is the movie, you know. It's cool. It's very cool. Lots of iconic little scenes. It's a classic. I quite like it. Another movie that I watched recently that is also set in New York, by the way, is Taxi Driver. Now that's one I can't just go loosely recommending, because while it is critically acclaimed, it's not for everybody. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, man. You're annoying. Taxi Driver. I like Martin Scorsese, you know. He's a genius director in my opinion. But my favorite director, though, is not Scorsese. It's Sergio Leone. For the westerns, you know, he made the Dollars trilogy, so Fistful of Dollars, for a few dollars more, and Good, Bad, and Ugly. He also made Once Upon a Time in the West, which is like my favorite movie of all time. It's so good. It's amazing. It's like, go watch it right now. It's that good. And he also made well, I mean, those are the ones I watched from him, and I really liked them. Kind of escaping my head right now, like what else he did. Another Western that I really like, this one is very old though, is The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I believe it's a picture from 1948. It's from the 40s, that's what I know, or 30s. But in any case, it's a very good picture. Very good. Recommend it. It's old, but it's gold. It's a classic in wow, one shot at him. It's a classic in American filmmaking, you know. It's a must-watch in my opinion. If you like westerns, of course. Even if you're not exactly into westerns, like it's a good watch anyway. We're almost unlocking Super Saiyan. Yeah, try to hit me with that Datum Ray. You know, it's kind of funny because in some videos I'm actually just away from reality. Like, I'm not talking anything serious, like in that Cell Jr. video. And sometimes I'm just trying to chill, you know. I hope it's not too jarring, the differences, you know. I don't have any disorders that, as far as I know. Just some days it's like, I'm a bit loony some days, you know. I don't know which is my normal self, actually. Some days I'm just like that. Oh no. Where are you? No, Solar Flare is actually one of my favorite utilities in this game. It's so funny to use against a player. When my brother... I don't play much with people this game. Any games, really. I don't have many people that play with me consistently. And some... You know, I don't... Some games, you know, I just prefer sometimes to just play alone. Not always, though. It's just that I don't have the people. But in any case... Damn, I yapped so much I even forgot about what I was talking about. Damn. Ah yeah, the Solar Flare. I was against my brother and like I would keep Solar Flaring him and hiding. Right? Like a lunatic. What happens? He doesn't fight me for half an hour. I charge up my Neo Tri-Beam because I was playing TM, and then I just blast him because Neo Tri-Beam is actually insta-kill potential. So now we're going Super Saiyan. Insta-kill potential, right? Because if you don't get up, like, he can just keep blasting you with it. And if he has a health lead and he does it, well, he can just do it until he dies, but you die first. So it's very, very funny. Well, now for a hot take, an actual hot take though. Super Saiyan 1 Gohan is better than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I'm talking about Team Gohan here. Because of the rush move. The other one just has a barrage Ki Blast. But the barrage Ki Blast just sucks. Why will you use it? Why not just use the 2 bars Super Kamehameha, right? That Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has. But Super Saiyan... Yeah, Super Saiyan has a 2-bar Masenko, which is basically the same thing, but also a rush move. And if you look at his utilities, right, he has full power, explosive wave and whatnot. Also, his combo is a bit simpler to use. But because he has a rush move, he's that much better in my opinion, because rush moves are great. A tracking one at that too. Now, of course, I can't say the same for his ultimate because it's blockable, unlike Super Saiyan 2's. This one is also unblockable. Yeah, it would have been a big trouble if he got caught with that. Sorry, Krillin, I styled on you. Oh yeah, by the way, Dragon Classic can be ruined if you play an evil character and you just so happen to get hit with the Devil Might Beam, because this guy can actually just one-shot evil people. People. You can one-shot people. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Damn, I sure laugh a lot. I'm kind of loony, eh? No, but really though, y'all don't know how baked I can get sometimes. Like, actually, I'm willing to just pull up some audios from like friends. They're in Portuguese, but like the way I'm laughing at them, like when I talked about the Napoleon movie. That was even one time my friends say, "Oh, you should get a job," you know, because of how much I was talking about it, and just laughing about it. And then I had the perfect joke. I just said, "You know who else needs a job? The whole production team." So on the top, these are two audios responding to my friend on WhatsApp. I was already talking so much about the movie, but then he says like, "Oh, Blood actually needs to go get a job. That's crazy." We were both joking. Um, so I'm gonna play the two audios, but I'm gonna try to like visualize what it felt when I was recording them.
Cara, sabe quem também tá precisando? Ah! Depois daquele. Depois daquele. Depois daquele filme, o diretor também tá precisando. Se tu tiver como indicar. Todo aqui. Todo aqui. Todo equipe de produção do filme. Toda equipe. Toda equipe de produção do filme tá procurando emprego agora. Não lucraram R$1. Não lucraram. E o orçamento era dois.
And I laughed so much in those audios. I sounded like an actual lunatic. I think the perfect horror movie villain would be me, but like it baked in cocaine. I think that would be a scary villain actually. Imagine like the distorted laughs in the hallways and I'm just coked up. And then like you try to shoot me but I don't feel anything because I'm drugged. Right? And then I just start laughing like a lunatic and then I just start chasing you. That would be kind of scary, you know. I'm not saying I'm scary, but like, imagine. That would be kind of funny to me if they just made me a horror movie villain. Even though I'm like sweeter than grandma's cookies, right? I actually couldn't hurt anybody. I'm sweeter than grandma's cookies, you know. I'm not gangster. I'm not gangster. I'm not tough. I'm just a guy that plays BT3. But I'm saying, like, give me 10 times the lethal amount of cocaine. Anybody could be scary, you know. I'm just saying that me, on drugs, that would be kind of scary. And like, I don't know, it's just a horror idea that is personally scary to me because my whole life I've been scared of how much drugs can actually change people, you know. I had a friend in the childhood that I keep hearing stories about him, like he turned to drugs. He became a demon. He actually became a demon of his former self. Like he was always kind of a punk, you know. He was always kind of a punk, but the drugs just made him evil. Self-destruction, like he pushed himself away from all his loved ones, actually. Started invading the home of his own family to find stuff to sell and buy more weed. How crazy is that? And he just tries to keep feeding that addiction. One day he's gonna get himself killed. I'm not friends with that person anymore. I don't know them anymore, but it changed him. It actually, like, he was just a little punk, but now he's a punk that steals from his own people, you know. That's sad. Sad. And that's why I came up with this idea, you know, like, what if it was me? It could have been me. What if I just had the really wrong influences in my life? What if it was me? And I was just on my loony side, you know, just laughing at stuff. And I don't know. I'm not trying to sound edgy, I swear to God. But And not trying to say that I would ever compactuate with these things, but imagine if it was me. On those circumstances, in this kind of game, where I'm just, for some reason, trying to kill the player. I kinda... And I told it to a friend, you know, I told this all to a friend, like, I went into detail. I actually, I told him, oh, I'm planning, like, imagine if you could, like, make this character, you know, based on me, on this laughing at everything mood, but actually high. Imagine if you could actually make him angry. And then he just stops laughing. And starts, like, giving the most hellish screams while chasing you out, high on cocaine, and, like, you shoot him, he doesn't feel nothing. And I don't know, man, it's disgusting to me how it's so, like, normalized to be using drugs. Like, actually so, well, not normalized, right? Of course, you're still gonna get, like, I'm just saying, like, pop culture is trying to make using drugs cool. Like in songs. Makes me disgusting. I just wish somebody would just go and wash away all these people that would be blazing drugs like that. It's disgusting to me. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a huge... the pop culture is like a huge sewer right now. It's disgusting. It smells bad. It gives you headaches. You know, lots of values are being lost. People are actually giving attention to all the worst kind of behavior, right? The worst of humankind. You can think about it. It's getting normalized, and people are just laughing at it. You know, I saw a video where it's supposed to be funny, right? I think it's his kid. I don't think this is real, but like, a guy's trying to promote his gambling website or whatever, and then he makes his skit about gambling with a homeless guy to give him beer. I think it's his kid. There's no way it's real, but in Instagram you will find like the cesspit of people, right? And I found a video where the guy, you know, in that situation I just said, and then he gambles, and then he's like, oh, if we win this, we can buy you lots of beer. And then the homeless guy in the video is like, beer? More beer? Oh my god! And then like, yeah, of course it's a scripted video. They win the gamble on the website, and then he just buys more beer for the homeless person. Now, I understand that it may be fake, but it, like, what it means, okay, what this skit means. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be like, I'm not a stranger to dark humor. But it's supposed to be funny and to promote these kind of behaviors, because it's supposed to be promoting this gambling website. And then you go to the comments, right? You think people will have common sense, like you will see how scripted and fake this video is, or they will say like what this video is promoting, how disgusting it is. You think that, and then you click on the comments. It's just disgusting. It's gross. Like, people are actually like laughing their brains off, like little monkeys in a cage. Just, oh my god, you set him up. Wow, you just gave him another shot or something. This isn't cool, man. You're just feeding two addictions of one person. And I think society is very messed up in treating addicts, right? They act like addiction is the person's fault sometimes, but then they go into these kids and they laugh their asses off, right? Gross. I don't know, this video took a dark turn. I don't know, I'm just commenting anything. These videos, they're just made for me to talk while I play video games. And I think that's the charm of the channel. Like, I talk, like if it was just the gameplay. Let's say it was just the gameplay, right? Just the gameplay. What difference do I have from any other channel? So I just speak my mind off. And if you find that cringe, like, it's a hit or miss, right? You either find it cringe and you go to another channel, or you just stay, you know, what if you get interested? But I don't know. I have a hard time relating to people because of what I see online. Because of stuff I see online. I'm not a stranger to dark humor. I'm gonna repeat that. Okay, I make dark humor jokes all the time. Like all the time. I used to laugh so much at Rucka Ali's parodies, right? Where he would just speak about terrorism. But that's the thing, you know. He's not promoting anything with these parodies. He's just making a funny video. He's just making jokes. He's not promoting any kind of behavior. He's not promoting any website. He's not normalizing any kind of behavior. Like, he goes all in this lunacy that is his parodies. And it works because of that, right? He's self-aware. Just like me when I'm in that loony mood, you know, I'm just laughing at everything. Like, everything, I mean it. I mean it, it's genuine, right? Sometimes I'm just in that mood. I'm not trying to make a different type of video. Like, what I try to do is, you know, watch... Oh, we should have done Super Saiyan a while ago. Yeah. Well, in any case, like, you know, what you see is what I am. That's the whole vibes of the videos. Dodo and Ray doesn't clash. He just dies. You know, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. So, in the videos where I'm more doing one bit of being baked, it's actually just how I'm feeling that day. And I like doing videos like that. There's some days I'm just angry. Then what? How do I laugh while I'm angry? I'm supposed to laugh when I'm angry, you know, when I'm doing a video to, like, actually as a form of escapism. Like when I'm using videos as escapism method. How do I laugh when I'm not happy? How do I do that? And I don't know, I'm just unhappy with how people be acting, you know. I don't know, man. I go over it a lot, you know. I'm not saying you're supposed to like this, you know. I'm self-aware, like that. Corny 19-year-old guy playing a video game, trying to give social commentary. I don't consider myself a beacon of morality. I'm a very broken person, right? I wronged many people. I made many mistakes. I have lots of regrets. I still feel like I haven't been punished in my life. I'm still waiting for the time that it's gonna get to me. It's actually gonna all the violence that I compactuated with. Everything. I'm just waiting for the one day that it's all gonna come crashing down. The day that I pay for it. You know, I said about in the Nishi video, the victory mode speedrun. I used to be kind of a violent guy during boxing. Even as a kid, honestly, confession, you know, making confessions here. I hope it hits. I used to be a violent guy. I would come home from jiu-jitsu classes as a kid and I would test the moves on my brother. Why? Because, I mean, I got raised like this, you know. Punishment would be the whip. You know, the whip. My father isn't like that anymore. He's a much calmer dude. I already said my parents are separated, yeah, but I do still meet my father, of course. But I would get whipped. Whipped. Actually whipped. And how this translated to me was like, yeah, you know, if I feel wronged, I'm gonna whip the other person too. I was angry. I was very angry. My brother, sometimes he wouldn't even do anything wrong and I would beat him. I'd actually beat him. Yeah. Now I'm not like that anymore, but I regret that. You know, I saw how my father, he stopped beating me, but he also stopped beating my brother, and that would bother me because I feel like, you know, since I got raised being beaten, my brother should also get the worst for it. That would be him, and I would be my friends too whenever they anger me, whenever they wouldn't put up with my, you know, because at school I was also excluded, you know, and before I turned out to be a violent person, I got excluded. I got whipped. So like 5th grade comes, me already having been excluded from social activities, men already getting whipped. What happens? I grow up to be a violent person. My friends, I already grow up to be like, oh, you annoy me, I beat you. And that's what I would do to my friends, you know. Some friends can tell you the whole story, but it's not, like it's 1 or 2 punches, right? It's not as if I would go and brutalize them or something, but it's still very bad for you to like beat up on your friends. That's not something you should ever think about doing. And then I went to boxing. Sometimes I would come home and the rush would still, it wouldn't have worn off still. I would come home and I still wanted to fight, because that's what I like doing my whole life. I like fighting. I like being rebellious, right? I try to grow out of that. I try to be less rebellious. That's what I like to do, fight. Now, it was already on the time where I wouldn't be my brother or my friends anymore, but I really wanted to go back to that gym on sparring days and just punch the other guy. Just punch him, punch him, punch him, punch him. And boxing was my outlet because I could punch people and not get judged for it. You know, because it's a sport. And I think like it's a lie when people say, oh, boxing is controlled violence. No, it's violence under rules. You got it wrong. It's violence under rules, but you still train your whole life to be a precise, violent puncher when it matters. A boxer's punches does more damage, much more damage, than any other person, obviously. And you train to brutalize the other guy better. Sure, there are more refined styles, an outboxer, a guy that fights on the outside, a counter puncher. But it still comes down to punching the other guy effectively, making it count. And in the gym I was a beast. Not saying I was good, but mentally, the only thing I enjoyed really was, sure, I would get better at it. I would appreciate getting better at boxing, but I was there to brawl. One sparring, guy wasn't even going that hard on me, but he was much bigger than me. I didn't have a sparring partner my size. I had one, but he would barely come to the gym. So I had like only bigger guys to fight. So he has a much bigger reach than me. What happens? Whole sparring, he just keeps poking my face. Jab, 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 straight. Jab, jab, hook while I'm coming in. And I'm so angry. I'm like, okay, well, when can I punch this guy? When can I do anything to him? And then I turn into a violent mess at the end of the spar, and I just start moving my head like crazy, like a crackhead. And then I get close to him, I put him in the corner, and then I just start showering him with everything. Like I'd never been this angry fighting. And I bust him up. If it was a boxing match, I still would have said I lost, because if it went to the decision, he was beating my butt every round. Even on that round, I think the decision would have went to him. But on that moment, that one moment, maybe some judges would have saw my way if it wasn't actually a fight. But anyways, on that round specifically. But still, I busted him up, and his mouth got bleeding. And then, of course, after the adrenaline sets off, I just walk to him and I say, yo, next time you eat something salty, you're gonna remember of me. Next day in the gym, I go to him, and then he says, yo, remember when you said that? Yeah, you was right. I remember you. It was funny. But anyways, boxing was just feeding my my violent side too much. So I quit it. I quit boxing, and I'm never gonna return. And what I was saying about controlled violence, most people that will argue boxing is not violence, they will say, oh, it's controlled violence. Oh, it's just a sport. Well, what's the sport about? beating the other guy. Even if you go to a decision, you put up so many punches to the guy's brain that there's no way that he doesn't go to Palookaville after a whole career of doing this. A whole career of getting punched to the head. You start turning loony. You get crazy. You go to Palookaville. Boxers, they grow up more violent because their brain gets so damaged and they live in such a violent environment that they grow up to be actually violent people, you know, if they're not careful of it. Let's clash then, Krillin. And then Goku comes over Krillin's shoulder and says, anyway, in boxing I would describe myself as an infighter, a brawler. But these days, you know, if I were to fight, I would be just that because it's what I'm used to. I still shadow box. I left boxing, but it never left me. I still shadow box a lot. I sometimes I walk in the street just throwing punches. I can't stop it. You know, it's part of who I am now. It's like a drug, right? Like a drug, and I just walk shadow boxing. I watch videos about it. I need to learn. No, now I would say I'm still an inside fighter, but not like with angles now. You know, smart boxing, not just going there and trading. I would still love to trade. I'm gonna be honest. I would still love to just go back there and trade. I miss boxing every day. Every single day. Every single day is a struggle for me to not get back, but I can't. I know what's gonna happen to me if I go back. I won't allow it. I don't know how this went from an actual rant about ignorant people, dull people, to my violent past. But if it says anything, is that no matter how much of your nature is something, I think you can still change if you really want. You want to make the sacrifices. You can really change. You can do something good with your time on Earth. You don't gotta be an ignorant people. You don't gotta be violent. You don't gotta be what your circle tells you to be. Not because you grew up violent, but you don't gotta compactuate with that. You are your own person. You know, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know, people exclude you, they make you out to be a monster, and then you become one. You can't allow that to happen. I did allow that to happen. Kinda tough, isn't she? Raps. We get it.
All the fighting's finally over.
Yeah, I guess it is. Guess it is, go.
That was a pretty interesting
We got the achievement?
So, there's a fighter stronger than... Here's a gift.
Yeah, we don't get
Well then,
anything.
pick your battle.
Because it
I want you to
was
show
already
me your
completed
power.
in the save file. I'm gonna have to do this again. Ah, it's alright. I have fun, I guess. Thank you.